Welcome to Brain Rack. I'm Jason X.
And I'm Kevin Graham.
And this is the best show on the internet.
The only show where you can get two guys who look exactly like us talking about shit that matters most. Nowhere else can you get content like this. We are unique.
Very true.
We are one of a kind, bringing the goods each and every single week. The tasty bits,
Folks,
the lovely chunks.
what we're trying to say is we make it the best pizza.
We do. We do, though. Look, I look, making the best.
Yeah, he's representing.
Look at this guy. I bought the shirt. Look at
he's over as fuck.
Look at.
By the way,
dude, fucking tell me about it.
Anyway, folks, we're back again.
Yeah,
we're here. It is summertime. 11 ZZ.
It's hot.
It's hot
brother,
as fuck.
Brother, it's fucking
out there.
hot.
I was out in the sun all day.
Really?
Fuck.
Dude, I looked outside and I started sweating. I was like, this is exactly what I wanted. Fenton in the chat. The content providers every single Wednesday. There we go.
More consistent than things that are also consistent.
To name a few. Figure it out yourself. Dude, brother, it is a scorcher out there.
It's warm.
Every time I look at it, is 97 degrees at night right now for me.
Ooh.
It is. I mean, I'm not complaining at all. You know, the city and the county are though, and the state are.
What, they got the best jobs in the world. What are they complaining about?
Because they're like, oh, we're not prepared for this. It's like, motherfuckers, this is Texas. It's the Texas heat.
When's the government ever prepared?
They're not. The thing is they're just waiting for somebody else to come in and fix their problems. But it's not going to work. So they're like, everybody, make sure you don't run your ACs today. It's like,
oh, fuck off.
They're like, keep it
at
a cool, crisp 78, which, to be fair,
warm.
like a 78.
4 degrees warmer than I like.
It's 4 degrees warmer than what you like.
Yeah, and I'm a nice 74 guy. You know,
I think when we first got down here, because we were living at the apartment, we were like, 69 all the way, like 69. Yeah,
you're a young couple,
because and plus I just like to laugh every time I touch the thermostat.
Well, of course, right?
But like 69 to 72, keep it there, nice and crispy when you walk in. Ooh. But like as we became more acclimated to the heat and stuff, like mid 70s is reasonable, but like 72 at night, because you get those night sweats and you want to try to stay cool.
Right.
But like mid to like slightly higher mid 70s in the house, like I can kind of deal with,
right?
Because like you come out or you come back inside from like 110 degree day. 78 is like an ice box. Christy says, no, that was just you. That's cold as fuck. I mean, that's also true.
I mean, when we went on that Charlotte trip, when you fell asleep, I was turning the thermostat up. I don't know if you know that or not.
Oh, yeah.
You thought it was broken? I was like, no, this motherfucker likes it cold.
Dude,
and I can't deal.
I like it cold. But now I'm like, we can, it's like 75 is sometimes a little too chilly for me.
Shit. She's calling your ass out.
Her thermostat was at 80 before I showed up. That is true.
So, Chris, you must have liked it at our house in New York, because like our thermostat was 84. Like it was a sauna in the New York house.
See, like even in the winter, I used to get in arguments with my old roommate because like in the winter, I would keep the heat at 64.
Eat all the dicks, sir. It like there's snow out there.
Yeah, I know.
And like I don't want to come in to be more cold.
64.
That seems horrible.
64 to like 68 is a fine temperature for the winter, sir. If you're cold, put on another pair of socks or put on a hoodie. Your choice. Or do both.
See, I came from a house when I grew up that could not get over 64 degrees just because like the old windows and the ventilation and everything.
Oh, okay.
So I remember I lived in a house where we had a kerosene heater in the living room, where everyone would eventually burn themselves
Of course.
on the little fence wiring around it.
Yeah.
Because we're just trying to stay as warm as humanly possible.
Sure.
In this gigantic house.
Sure. But we were told if you're cold, put on a sweatshirt. Like temperature don't need to be that high. But like now coming down here and living down here for almost 3 years.
That southern living.
The southern living does change you. Because
yes,
it was funny. Like Monday, it was like Sunday or Monday. Like actually, I think it was both days. It hit 110. Like
that's too much.
Like
it's too much.
It's too much, but at the same time,
it's
like it's kind of interesting. But like my mom texted me and she was like, "Oh my God, I saw the weather. Are you okay? Is everything, like how are you guys doing?" And I'm like, "We're fine. Like,
it's real sunny.
It's sunny. It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.
I'm gonna walk out and grab the mail later, maybe. Like I just mowed the lawn the morning before, and I will say I got up early on Sunday and mowed the lawn. Like 45 minutes later, I was like, "Fuck this shit." But yeah, I mean, it was like, listen, in the winter in Texas, you stay inside. Or I'm sorry, in the summer in Texas, you stay inside. In the winter is when you go out and do all your outdoor stuff. But like, the weather's beautiful. Like I'm not gonna complain about it being hot. Like we're doing well, things are fine. But the fucking ERCOT or whatever the fuck, they're like, hey, don't use so much power. Like it's really putting stress on the grid. And it's like, well, maybe if you fucks would have stayed on the national game plan.
Right,
we wouldn't be in this situation. So it's like anytime
just build one of them fucking nuke reactors.
Well, I don't know.
That'll fix everything.
I mean, I don't listen. Texas is already a fucked up place. We don't need any of that. But like it's anytime.
You went to a college next to one, for fuck's sake. Like what's the problem? I don't understand.
But like we also had a lot of good bars. And by good bars, I mean like shitty.
Well,
bars
then that might improve the area.
Okay,
you might be able to get your Long Island iced tea out of a big Gatorade jug. You never
just walking around with a fishbowl full of grain alcohol. Like that's a way to live. But it's like if it gets too cold, it's like, hey, don't use any unnecessary appliances or use anything that takes up a lot of power. If it gets too hot, they say the same thing. It's like, you fucks, like. Figure this shit out.
He just got an air fryer.
I just got an air fryer.
Use it.
I made some not great buffalo chicken nuggets this week, but I'm learning, and I feel good about where we can go next with this. Like we're slowly but surely upping our kitchen game. I mean, we just got a coffee bar, which has been a year in the making.
That.
It's phenomenal. I love it already. It looks great.
Is it a year? Is it a year in the making because decisions couldn't be made?
We couldn't find the right thing. It's one of those things.
And you weren't going to settle.
We didn't want to settle. Yeah, like there were a lot of options that we could have gone with, and I was like, it's just not right enough. Like it's just not the right amount of right. And like this one happened to come up, and I think I may have mentioned it the other week, where it was well within our price range. It was actually on the cheaper side, believe it or not.
Okay.
It fit the theme of the area. Mm-hmm. The color's a little off, but that's fine. It's a little bit lighter than the rest of our cabinets in the kitchen, but no.
Yeah, but like,
no worries.
Yeah. You guys let everybody in your house.
Everybody, everybody's welcome, So, but like looking at it, I was like, this is great. And there's so much more space for things. It's wonderful. Fenton, you do need an air fryer. And then Christy says, okay, but Texas literally can't keep the grid alive because all the corners they cut. I do not want them regulating a nuclear plant. No. See that? Yeah.
I mean, that's a fair one. Mm-hmm. I mean, if nothing else, we learned like New York has it figured out because they put all these regulations in place because they got to grease them palms.
Sure.
So that they get their mob money through the government, and then there's sexual allegations on things that make people allegedly and
people
write books about them.
And then
great.
Then, you, you you enact a lot of strict COVID regulations so that you can write a book, and then you say, "Well, the book came out. I don't need to worry about that shit anymore."
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah, it's hot, and I like it.
It's hot. Yes.
Yes, I'm enjoying it.
I was
it's good times.
I was out in the sun all day.
Yeah,
because your boy is learning some scuba.
Scuba.
Yes.
You scuba now.
I'm becoming a certified scuba diver.
Oh shit! You gonna go find some buried treasure?
That's the plan.
Yeah,
like,
I hope so.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Go find some pirate
like,
shit?
Like, there's, like, the St. Augustine.
Yeah.
It's got some shit.
Yeah, you sure?
I mean, there's a pirate museum there. So, like...
Is that where they all came to?
Like, I mean, they went there. There's, like, a fort.
Aren't you inland?
Well, yeah, it's a drive. I mean, it's...
Like, wait, where is St. Augustine?
Attraction.
Is it on the coast?
It's like it's right by Jacksonville, so it's it's the East Coast.
Okay,
but yeah, I'm learning how to scuba dive, and that's something that like would never have fucking happened ever in New York.
Where are you gonna scuba dive in New York?
I mean, that lake where they tell you not to eat the fish, or you can only eat so many fish per year without getting mercury poisoning.
Right.
You could scuba there.
I think it's
you might find a body.
I think it's more of like a sanitary issue, really, than like the mercury.
I mean, it really like can there's so much money in New York. Can we clean the fucking lake? Like, can we clean the fucking lake?
It's got to go to the allegations, brother.
It's true.
Okay, got to pay everybody off.
That's very true. Anyway, learning to scuba.
Yeah.
So, in order to scuba, it's kind of like college. Like, you need to go through like an e-course.
Oh.
Like there's e-learning.
Sure.
Some book work to do first. And then there's some hands-on learning.
Oh.
So it is famous for being the oldest town in the U.S. St. Augustine.
St.
It's
Augustine?
the oldest town in the U.S. Yes.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay.
Learn something.
I did. I that's information I didn't have before.
So there's a bunch of e-learning to do.
Yeah.
And got through that, and then there's hands-on learning. And so with your hands-on learning, you do what they call a confined dive.
Okay.
Which is you go in a fucking pool.
Yeah.
And then you have to do 2 open water dives.
Okay.
And then you're open water certified, which means you can go out in the ocean and fucking go dive somewhere if you want to. I mean, that's how I understand it. So, like, that's what I'm going to do. But so I did the confined water dive, which was in a pool. It was at this place called Bill Jackson's Wild Adventures, which was a camping, gun, scuba, hiking, rock climbing, rafting, kayaking service shop. And they had a pool in the back.
Okay.
For the scuba training. And went in there, and you know, your boy's a little claustrophobic. You know, you bury my face in the pillow for too long, I'm gonna be screaming.
What?
So
wait, why are you down in a pillow like that?
I mean, it happens. So, little claustrophobic. I was locked in the trunk as a kid. Almost died.
Oh,
and
wait, you got locked in the trunk?
Yeah. So, okay, this is a fucked up story.
Okay.
So
we're diving into some trauma, folks.
So I must have been 3 or 4.
Oh, like, shit! This isn't like
unbelievably young.
This isn't like a high school prank. This is
no. This is some shit. And so I was down in the basement. My mom was doing laundry, and down there we had this old trunk that had the Syracuse orange on it, like Otto was like on this fucking trunk type of thing. And it was pretty small, but I was like, I'm fucking small. I'm going to get in this goddamn thing. And my brother was like, yeah, do it. And I was like, yeah, I did it. And then he locked me in there and then went upstairs.
Oh.
And didn't tell anybody.
Oh.
And then after a while, they're like, where the fuck? Where's the little one?
Where's the other one?
I mean, folks, it was the early 90s. Like, who was paying attention?
Yeah.
So finally, like, I'm screaming like trying to fucking Kill Bill this thing with the
Right.
with the
He did
punch.
the one-hand punch. Yeah.
Yeah, before my time.
Yep.
And finally, like, my mom unlocked it and like threw fit and stuff like that. But like ever since then, I've been a little claustrophobic. So I
Sure.
tell that story to get to this story.
Okay.
And so going into it, going into doing a scuba dive, I'm just like, I don't know if I can do this, man. Like, you get a thing and you put it in your mouth and you breathe through that, and then there's a tank and there's tubes.
There's a lot
and,
going
like,
on.
A whole bunch.
Yeah, and it's
right?
like, where do you put your hands? Like, what do you do with them?
That's a big thing. It's a big thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's real important where you put your hands, and I never know what to do with them.
Yeah.
So I go through the debriefing and everything, and we put together our tank with like, so basically the way, for those that don't know, the way scuba works, because I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, first off, the Discovery Channel's lying to you, and so are those UFO shows, but mostly the Discovery Channel. And that show with that fucking asshole who found Bigfoot, can't they? Expedition Unknown.
Okay.
That fucking asshole. Whenever they show scuba divers and they're talking to each other through radio,
right,
that's bullshit.
Oh,
you cannot talk while you're scuba diving.
Yeah.
So any scene where you've seen people talk while scuba diving, horse shit. You can't do it.
Can't happen.
It cannot happen.
Okay.
It's impossible. So just so everyone knows, bullshit.
Okay.
So,
because like that's a big trope in like movies and
it
games.
is.
Like they've always got these little radios like set up in their equipment.
Not real.
Okay.
So
learn something else today.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, when you're doing this, like, you can't talk. Right. Like I just said. So the instructor who's teaching you is doing like hand signals, making gestures, doing all sorts of shit. And so like you kind of have to pay attention to what's around you while all this shit's going on. So I put all the shit on, and again, the way that scuba works is that you have your tank and you have a vest, and the vest inflates. Right. And it uses the air from the tank that you're breathing. It inflates, so you float, and then you deflate it to go down.
Okay.
And then the weight, and you wear actually weights on a belt, and that brings you down as you go down. And the idea, next he's going to tell me that we don't talk on the moon or something. Oh, walk on the moon. Yeah. No, yes, Fenton, you've been lied to. I'm sorry.
Well, no, we've walked on the moon.
Eventually. Maybe. Not confirmed.
I mean, it's been confirmed.
No. So
they just found like a new galaxy or whatever. Some fucking stars being made. Did you see that shit?
They were probably playing that video game that auto-generates them. So.
Multi-billion-dollar telescope. Just to go see
what
some
else
shit we're never going to find.
That's some shit like Elon Musk. Is he not buying Twitter anymore?
No, he backed out and he's getting sued now. It was all a game. It was all a game. This is the thing that billionaires are doing now is like, I'm bored. I'm going to go fly out with my penis rocket. Or they're like, I'm going to buy this social media app and promote free speech. Nah, I don't want to buy it anymore.
Yeah, fuck it.
But like
fuck it, dude. Let's go bowling.
Basically, but hey, man, like after you put up that kind of money, like, it's not something you can just back out on.
No, I mean, fuck it. He should buy it anyway. What the fuck else is he doing?
I don't know. Making dumb cars.
He'll make that back.
Building a giant warehouse by me.
There you go.
I hope I run into him someday.
Who, Musk?
Yeah. I'm just like,
what would you say?
Nothing.
Okay. Anyway, the way scuba works is that you have this vest that inflates and deflates, and that's how you go up and down.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do anything. Like, all you have to do is like kick your feet to like go, and only a little bit.
Yeah.
And the rest of the time, you're just kind of like looking at shit and like being like, remember to breathe.
Remember to breathe.
Remember to
Don't
breathe.
forget to breathe.
Remember to breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Remember to breathe. And that's mostly what you're doing.
Sure.
While you're scoobing. Do you think we could talk a billionaire into investing into brain wreck? Maybe we have a new idea on the horizon, Fenton.
Yeah.
It could be $1 million
Could be $1 million.
idea.
I mean, like, it's already been done 1,000 times, but we're gonna jump on that bandwagon a week late.
So is Tamagotchi. They're still making those fucks.
Oh shit! I want to buy one.
Dude, you should. There's an R2D2 one.
Oh, I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want like a legit 90s one though.
Oh, you're gonna have to pay premium then. They're like $60 now.
I can probably sell some stuff and make that back.
I mean, you get disposable income. So you're actually not doing much.
Sure.
Other than trying to remain calm,
Right.
and trying not to panic and like kill yourself, essentially.
Okay.
I mean, there's some rules to follow, like, remember to breathe because if you hold your breath, your lungs will explode.
Yeah.
Or don't go up too fast because your lungs will explode.
Yeah.
Or don't go down too fast because then your eardrums will explode.
Yep.
There's just a few rules like that, but other than that, it's mostly like don't panic or you're drowned.
Right.
So we did that in the pool, and after doing it, I'm just like, oh man, this is a lot easier than I thought it'd be, kind of thing. And then today we did the first open water dive, which was out at a lake. It was a lake that, fortunately for me, was closer
Oh, there you go.
than anybody else had to go to because I live out in the middle of fucking nowhere. So it's closer for me. I got there. And we went in and we did basically a lot of the same stuff we were doing in the pool, just, fucking in a lake. And there's a big difference between being in a pool and being in a lake.
Sure.
First off, a pool, it's very clean. You can see everything.
Yeah.
In a lake,
It's chlorine.
there's a bunch of shit in there.
Murky. Algae,
And you can't see anything.
dirt, fish,
And
poop,
everything's green.
bodies.
So the other big difference is that in the lake, there's wildlife.
Yeah.
So there's, fucking fish
Fish.
everywhere.
Yeah. Sharks.
And I was like, that'd be nice. Like I was thinking, we go into the lake, maybe we'll see a fish. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Like fit. My dad had an aquarium. Like that's
Same
something.
thing.
Right? Go down to this fucking lake, and we're down 30 feet. You could find bodies. That's true.
Bodies, yeah.
I was looking. I didn't see any, so that's cool.
You never know.
We're down there, and like almost immediately, I see a fish, and I'm like, "Oh,
Fish! Excited!
there's a fish!"
Yeah.
Shit. About 3 minutes into the dive, I've seen 300 fish.
Oh.
Like, they're just everywhere. And then when you're down there, you like, when you're on the surface, like, I'm not somebody who goes in the water, per se. I'm more of a land dweller.
Okay.
So, like, I'll look at fish, like, from a dock.
Yeah.
Or, like, in an aquarium or, like, that kind of thing. I don't interact, all right?
Yeah.
I'm an observer.
You don't go into their domain.
Wallflower. Exactly. But today I did.
Today you did.
For the first time.
Yeah.
So I get in there, and I'm just like, man, these fucking fish. Like, they're everywhere. And it turns out that the fish like to play in the bubbles that the scuba makes.
Okay.
So they're just fucking flying, like, around everybody. Just jumping in, like, the bubbles and, like, having a jolly old time type of thing. And we're trying to do these drills that we're, been taught to do. And one of them's like, kneel down. I'm like, well, I can't. There's a fish there. Or like, you need to go and do this. Well, hold on. I have to wait for this fish to move. So I don't, because you're not supposed to touch the fish.
Okay.
Like you're not supposed to interact so much with the wildlife. But there are 4 of us, and so it'd be like one person do a drill, the next person do a drill. So it would go down the line. So after you do your drill, you're just kind of watching everybody and these fucking fish that are around you. Now, I had an experience, sir, that we need to talk about.
Okay.
And we need to dissect, okay?
Did you talk to a fish?
Kind of.
Oh, shit.
I'm sort of Aquaman.
I was going to say, do you have the powers of Arthur Curry?
So I'm down there, right?
How much oxygen were you sucking in?
I went through 2 tanks. So
yeah, okay. I see where this is going.
So I'm down there. And I did my drill and I'm awesome, so like it was no problem.
Right.
And then I'm waiting for everybody else to go. And this fish swims right up to me and stops.
Oh.
And I'm like, yo, you're like right in front of my face. And he's just looking.
Yeah.
And he's not moving.
Oh, shit.
And so I'm like, all right, we're doing this. And so I see him looking at me. And he doesn't know what I am. Like, he's probably never seen human. Yeah, you found it wasn't Nemo. I think it was a carp. Okay. I don't know fish. So like,
bass.
I don't know what it was. Bass. No, I know like bass are big. Yeah. Apparently,
bigger.
It wasn't that.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are small bass.
So this fish is staring at me, trying to figure me out, and I'm staring at it like I'm just like, homie, I'm in your home. Like I don't know what any of this is about at all. And he's staring, looking at me, and I'm staring, looking at him. And, like, at the same time, like, I felt this, like, connection, okay, to where we both realized at the same time, we don't know nothing about anything. Like, the fish looked at me and realized this is a gigantic thing in what is my home, the water.
Right.
That I've never seen before. Which makes me question everything about life and existence. And me, I'm seeing this fish, and I'm just like, this fish just lives here and can swim in what is a perpetual state of just floating, essentially. And not only that, but like, this is most of the planet. And I don't know fucking anything about any of these creatures at all.
Yeah.
And barely know how to navigate water, period. I'm like, I know nothing. I know nothing about anything. Like, anything I thought I knew, fuck it. I know nothing because I don't know anything about the majority of our planet that we live on.
It's mostly water.
It's mostly water, and there's a lot of shit in it.
And most of it hasn't been explored.
Which is fucking mind-blowing.
Yeah.
I was in a fucking nowhere lake for half an hour.
There's monsters down there.
Probably. There was a pig.
A what?
There was a pig
in the water.
Well, it was a statue. Oh. So we swam by this thing, and it just to me it looked like a cinder block.
Sure.
Right.
You know, which probably and then we come back attached to it at one point.
Probably. Like, I mean, it wasn't New York, so maybe not. But because like in Florida, they just throw you to the gators. But like,
it's true. Yeah, you got those swamps out there.
But then we resurface, and my instructor's like, "Did you see the pig?" And I'm like, "Excuse me?" And they're like, "There's a pig down there." I'm like, "Fuck you." No, there isn't. And so we go back down again, and I see, and someone has carved a pig statue into a rock that they purposely sunk in this lake specifically to scuba and go look at a pig statue.
Okay.
And I'm just like, scuba's weird. Like, you guys are weird.
But I mean, there's probably giant pig monsters in the Atlantic.
More than likely. And when I'm certified, we're going.
We're going? Okay.
I mean, you gotta get certified too, because like I can't train you.
I mean, I'm already licensed to drive a boat.
Okay, we're halfway there.
We're halfway there.
You drive, I'll scuba. You drive, I scuba.
Yeah.
I mean, it's supposed to be like a buddy system, so like I'm gonna need somebody else.
Well, like I'll just like send a rope down there with like a GoPro attached.
That's close.
And like we'll just.
If I run out of air, you can just pull me.
Yeah, we'll just pull you up, but we can just like feed the camera all the way down to the bottom of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can probably find a rope long enough, I'm sure.
GoPros suck, by the way. Not for nothing.
Yeah.
Part of my other task was to film all this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And GoPros are not great.
Yeah. I thought about buying. I thought about. Funny you mentioned that because I thought about buying it. Wait, hang on. Christy says, "Oh hey, I just got a notification about monkeypox in the community. Yes, there are, I think 6 or 7 confirmed cases of monkeypox in our county.
Wasn't that made up disease they did on Hey Arnold?
No, it is. It is a. It's the next one, man. It's the next one. But going back to GoPro, I almost bought a GoPro today.
Okay.
Because for anybody who may have been watching, my stream a couple days ago, the fella guy here fucking crapped out on me.
Oh shit.
And I use a GoPro 4 for my video needs here on the show, and it's a little old.
Oh yeah.
But the display is starting to burn out a little bit.
It's about time. It's about time.
So I was like, the GoPro was a simple solution. Maybe I'll get a new one. And then I was like, maybe not. I might go with something a little bit better. But you're saying the GoPros don't work too well.
Well,
for what you were doing, at least.
For specifically diving, because they fucking suck in low light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're not great.
They're not great. I mean, I hear the new 10 is really good in low light, but like, who has the money?
Yeah. But like, speaking of all that, today and yesterday were Prime Day.
Prime Day!
And part of the reason why I was looking at cameras was because it's Prime Day, and because everybody's trying to jump on that Prime Day train. Almost every big box retailer out there is doing a counter promotion over the last couple of days.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. And this is something I noticed, which was interesting.
Yeah.
And I don't know how interesting you found it, but I thought when Prime Day was announced, instantly I thought the same thing, like big box stores are going to retaliate.
Yep.
Something like that. And then I thought about it. I'm just like, the balls of Amazon, like, to essentially make everybody else change their business strategy on a whim is really something.
It's the competition they created, and I mean, like, realistically, all they're doing is they're just selling cheap products with free shipping at lower prices. That's all it is. Like, if you want a good quality product, like, you should still probably go to like Best Buy or like a big box retailer or direct to the manufacturer and buy from them. But if you're looking for a deal, or like something that you can use for a couple of years that'll probably break, like Amazon, like I bought some shit on Amazon today. A last minute birthday gift, lights for your wall. I just bought these.
There you go.
That guy there. Well, this guy here, Christy, got me. Then the guy over here, which you can't really see on screen, I bought that a couple weeks ago. I've gotten some additional supplies. I just bought my I've had, so I fucked up my wrists somehow.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm falling apart. But I bought myself a wrist brace today because I was like, I don't want to go to the store because it's
who does
monkeypox apparently. So
clearly
I bought myself a wrist brace, one of those little things you put ice cubes in to, like, put on your head and your knees, and
Did you buy an old school ice bag?
I bought an old school ice bag.
I mean, that's cool.
Right.
Like, I want one of those.
Well, here's the thing. It was $6 on Amazon. Had great reviews. The last time I went to like one of the local drugstores, it was like $20 for one. I was like, "Fuck that!"
It's crazy.
Yeah.
The price difference is crazy.
Yeah, and then
it really is.
And then I bought like an Under Armour shirt. So it was a great. I bought what I needed. I know Christy got some stuff too. which we're gonna have to talk about later, her and I, because like we ended up getting like a new vacuum cleaner.
Okay.
Because like we don't have a lot of carpeting in our house outside of like a few key
Right.
rooms. And then we got some.
Did you get
stuff.
a Roomba?
We already have a Roomba. The Roomba is being moved upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can get a second Roomba.
We didn't get a second Roomba because like we've got mostly
Mhm.
like vinyl flooring in the downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
Mm-hmm.
we try to get something that's like kind of like a vacuum and like a floor cleaner at the same time.
Oh.
So it was like one of those,
Okay.
like one of those deals,
Okay.
and then like just some stuff in the
Right.
kitchen too.
Right.
But like overall, I will say, like, not that impressed.
No.
You know,
No.
it's. I don't think you're really saving any more money by shopping during Prime Day. I think Prime Day is a little overrated. Like going through everything that was available, I was like, I need none of this stuff. And also, like, none of this stuff is enticing me enough to make me want to spend money.
No. And that's kind of the thing. Is it's definitely, I mean, it's their overstocked items.
Oh, yeah.
That they have.
Mm-hmm.
And they're marked up to be marked down, and maybe they're better than what they're normally listed at.
Sure.
Like, not always.
You'll save some money, but it's like, it's not enough to make me be like, yeah, I'm going to buy that now.
Right. It's not like a Black Friday where I'm like, oh, okay, I'm
Right.
gearing up for the whole year
Yeah.
to spend the money now.
Yeah. Like I was trying to buy some headphones today because like I need a new pair, and like I was going through all these headphones on Amazon, and I was like, I don't know who any of these brands are.
What'd you do? Because I just bought headphones.
Ooh.
I just bought headphones.
I did nothing.
Nothing.
I didn't buy any because I was like any of the brands that I was familiar with. Like anything that was available looked like it was more like on the low end side. So I was like, that's not really what I'm looking for. And then like anything else that was like a really good deal, I was like, I don't know who this person is. And like everybody says that they suck, so like I'm not gonna buy it.
Right.
Like even though they are like $4.
Well, my headphones just broke.
Oh,
which was tragedy.
shit.
So the wife has had the AirPod Pros
Okay.
for a long time and loves them.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't have an iPhone, so I can't do that.
Yeah.
So I decided I'm giving the Raycon
Give
a try.
Raycon. You gotta let me know.
I'm giving. Okay, I did the Sport.
Okay.
I'm doing the Sport.
Because
So
I'm a big fan of the Bluetooth earbuds, like the individual ones for like working out. Big fan of those. These that I'm using, I think I'm more of a fan of like earbuds over like the big thick like headsets. Because like I see a lot of streamers use those, and like I know in terms of like audio quality, like you're getting a great bang for your buck, but like I've already got kind of like a bigger head. So like I don't need like giant things like this to where like
you're head conscious.
I'm very head conscious.
You're head conscious.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm very head conscious. Where like these, I like them because they're lightweight, they're comfortable.
Sure.
You know, like I got these with my phone 3 years ago.
Oh.
So this was like the free pair you get with your phone. Shocked that they haven't died. Absolutely shocked.
Right. Yeah.
I use them for work. I use them for streaming. I use them for travel. They've been great. Every pair of skull candies that I've ever purchased has broken within the year. The only pair of skull candies that I have that haven't broken are the ones that I haven't used. And like that's the other thing too is like I'm very hesitant to go out and buy like an expensive pair of headphones of like any kind for any reason because I feel like those are just gonna break.
I had the same fear.
Yeah.
The same fear.
Okay.
But at the same time, I'm like, all these fucking cheap ones break anyway. Like
that's the other thing too. So
it's like let me try the expensive, and if it does break, well then I fucking know better.
Yeah.
I've learned my lesson, and I can go back to just buying cheap pieces of shit.
Okay. But yeah. Let me know how the Raycons are because
I will.
I am in the market for a new set of Bluetooth earbuds, and I'm keeping a close eye out on like a new set for the PC here because like I feel like it's time to upgrade these a little bit. I just haven't been able to find anything that I like. So, but yeah, so Prime Day. Not much else on that. Christy says she bought the thing she already wanted, so nothing.
One thing I will say about Prime Day is, and back to the competition aspect of it, and everybody kind of jumping on board. Two things popped up. One was expected, the other one wasn't expected, which I thought was an interesting thing, and we can talk about this. The first one, 2 free offers came out for Prime Day.
Oh, yes.
The first one, which was, of course, came out because it's fucking owned by Amazon.
Sure.
But Audible gave you 3 free months of Audible just for Prime Day.
Okay.
Maybe y'all can write off these purchases for a business expense.
I don't think so. I mean, like theoretically, you could.
You could.
I've asked about things like that. I think we need to be like incorporated.
I mean, we should do that.
We should, right?
What, Christy? What we got? LLC.
LLC. Well, yeah, but
I think we gotta be an LLC.
I think if you need to be like an LLC or like be incorporated.
One of the two. I'd either Fenton research that or Christy could do the math. One of the two.
Somebody who knows more than what we do.
Why does Bergman not watch this show anymore? He could help us out so much.
He's like an after the fact.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. He's got things to do on
he's a
Wednesday.
busy man, you know?
I mean, clearly.
Yeah.
So
he's got a life. He's got a wife.
What are we talking about?
He's got things.
That's true.
Yeah.
Good for him.
He's
living the dream.
Living the dream.
I love Bergman.
Yeah,
He's a good guy.
Great guy. Stand up guy. But Audible.
Oh, right. So they offered three free months.
Yeah.
Which like I canceled that a long time ago.
Sure.
But like,
do you listen to a lot of books?
Yeah, I go in phases.
Okay.
I think my Audible library has something like 30 books in it, something like that.
I don't know if I'm a audiobook guy.
Well, you don't have a commute.
Okay, for the amount of podcasts that I listen to, like I would have thought that I would be into it, and I think it's the content. I think I would rather read a book and just because I'm more interested in just like listening to people shoot the shit,
right?
More than like anything else. I think if I actually had to like sit there and listen to somebody read a book, and like I've tried. I've done it with like business books and stuff, and I'm like, I just don't fucking care. I'm so bored.
See that's the
I know the only way involved, but
that's the only way I can't read.
Okay.
No, like I can read, but like I don't have the attention span to read.
Okay.
Like I need it told to me. Like even with like school,
sure.
I do like the highlight and then text to speech thing so that I can because like I won't absorb it any other way.
Yeah, I mean like sometimes it takes me 20 minutes to read a single page. Because I'm just looking at words, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure all of these words aren't what's actually on the page. And then I blink, and then I'm like, oh, shit, I think I have a thing.
And then you have assholes like Mark Twain who write in slang, and you're like, it's like, I can't read anyway, and you're not spelling the words right. Like, what are we doing? Like, I get it, you want an authentic experience, but it wasn't great.
No.
So, come on, can we do better? Let's do better. Everyone, can we agree to do better?
Everybody do better. Everybody do better. Everybody be better. Write better books. Write shorter books.
Right.
So you're going to listen to some books.
Right. So the other thing that was completely unexpected.
Right.
Which I just got to notice. I think it was like a last minute jump on, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, and I got this like 3 days ago. No, I got this last week. Was that Grubhub is jumping on Prime Day, where you get a year of free Grubhub Plus if you link your Amazon account. Yep. So what that means essentially is free delivery. That's not like, hey, don't tip.
I mean, yeah, don't be a fucking asshole.
Don't be a
let's
fucking
be
asshole.
honest.
Always tip people. Times are tough out there, and service industry,
Right.
needs assistance. But like no delivery fees,
Right.
which I will tell you on Grubhub can get fucking expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's, pricey, especially if you live kind of out of the way, which is like this guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm normally a DoorDash guy,
Okay.
but I jumped on the Grubhub Plus deal.
We've done both. Especially during the pandemic, we did Grubhub, we did DoorDash. It was kind of like whatever was available, whenever had like the better deals. We ended up finding that it was much cheaper and much more efficient just to drive out to the place and get it. But
Well, yeah. I mean, I would use DoorDash and then do the pickup
okay.
option because yeah, I ain't fucking paying for nobody to go get my food. Like, I just don't want to deal with anybody, and I want to order online to places that can't order online. So I just do that, and then I don't have to actually talk to anybody.
That also makes
That's
sense.
what I like. Yeah, I don't like to communicate.
So just the other week, I called a takeout restaurant and I was like, "Hey, are you guys open today?" And she was like, "Yes." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna go online and place an order in like 30 minutes."
Fuck you! I don't want to talk to you.
And I've called this place a few times, and it's always an awkward experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I saw the notification about Grubhub Plus come up last week, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like that's gonna be because one of the things that like Chris and I had talked about was like, like it would be great to like get stuff delivered every now and then because like again we do live a little bit farther out there, so like anytime we try to do takeout and bring it back to the house, it's like a 40-minute excursion.
Oh
So
yeah, it's a
usually
nightmare.
it's just easier for us to like go to a place, eat there, and then drive back. And I was
Sure.
like, maybe we can find some places that'll like deliver out here, and we can just chill, relax, get some stuff going at the house. Signed up, checked the map. It's like nothing that'll deliver out this way.
Oh fuck!
The only thing, like, there's a few key things. So there's like 3 eateries that are like just outside of our neighborhood. So that's like it's less of a convenience to get it delivered than it is to just go and pick it up.
Go there.
And then there's like the 7-Eleven that's like 3 miles away. And then there's like a couple of other places that'll deliver, but it's like I don't know what these places are. I've never heard of them.
Well, try new things, Kevin.
Well, hey, maybe they're great. We got a great Chinese restaurant nearby. There's good authentic
Nice.
Mexican food nearby. But like, it's slim pickings out here. Like, there's not a lot by us. So it's even though it's a great little treat to have. I'm like, I don't know if we'll get much use.
It wasn't a big carrot for you. It wasn't anything. See, for me, like, where I may have gone to DoorDash and like I'll go pick up that order. Maybe I'll jump over to Grubhub now and maybe have it delivered. It ain't gonna fucking cost me anything.
There you go.
So, who knows? We'll update as we go. But I thought it was interesting that another company would just jump on the Amazon train.
Well, Amazon owns a little stake in the Grubhub. So,
well, I'm sure that there's relationships there clearly.
They're having relations, and it's
right. I mean, so is Bezos. So
listen, that penis rocket's not going to fuel itself.
That's very true.
Got to get it worked up. Got to get fuel in it. Just to the edge of space, that thing goes.
There you go.
Yep. What a fucking dick. So that's Prime Day. So anything else really big happening with you? You watching anything? You doing anything? We got Comic-Con coming up next week.
We got Comic-Con coming up.
I just remembered that.
We're close to being done with the Stranger Things.
So what happened? I thought.
Okay,
you were,
so all right.
I thought you were done with that by now.
Listen.
Yeah.
fuck Stranger Things. Okay? It's been really good.
It's been good.
It's been really good.
Yeah, the season 4 has been a great season.
They did a great thing in the fact that they waited till season 4 to flashback to season 1 to where I don't actually remember season 1.
Oh, okay.
So whatever they say in season 4, I'm like, sure, that's what happened because I don't fucking remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, was that guy there in season 1? Maybe. I don't know.
He wasn't.
But it's okay because, like, I'm going to pretend like he was because I don't actually remember season 1. Yeah. And is that how the actual thing was opened? I don't really remember because if I recall in season 1, they never really fucking talked about it at all.
It was a mystery. Like, basically, and spoilers for anybody who has not watched it yet.
Yeah.
But, like, you get a lot, and it's not that big of a spoiler or anything. You get a lot of background as to what was happening just before season 1 took off. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like the events that led up to, 11 breaking out of the institution or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah. The lab.
Sort of what, started the lead up to all of that and why there's a portal and why there are monsters and things. And I thought it was kind of interesting. Normally, I'm not a big fan of like, hey, let's go back to the before.
Right.
But I think this is something the show was missing. Now that they have expanded the universe a little bit, for lack of a better term, because like the show was initially supposed to just be like one contained season, like
right.
The original game plan was season 1 is a one and done. Season 2, completely different story. Season 3, if they get one, completely different story. But it did way too much money. It was way too successful.
No, they're like, oh, fuck you
like,
and your plan.
No, you're sticking with this fucking story.
Yeah. So you're signing these kids on for life.
I do appreciate that they went back and they kind of filled in because it was a mystery. And like if it was one season, I would have I still say season 1 of Stranger Things, one of the best things ever produced for television. Probably one of my favorites. That season in itself, that is a contained entity. It's perfect. I don't need the before. I don't need the after. I like the events that we saw. I like the events that happened.
Yeah, we definitely don't need season 2. You can just skip it.
Definitely don't need season 2. Season 3 got a little bit better, but I will say season 4 has done a great job at filling in some of those holes. You haven't finished.
No, okay. And here's the thing. I get that like they did some things a little different, but when what is it? Episode 7? There's like 8, right, in the series, something like that.
I thought there's like 13 episodes this season, 12 or 13.
Whatever there is. So we got one left.
Okay.
So the run times of these fucking episodes have been like an hour and a half,
right,
kind of thing. When the last one's gearing up and it says runtime of 2.5 fucking hours, bro. I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you. Who has the time? Who has the time? And I don't want to stop halfway. Eat a dick.
Sure.
Like, fucking break it up and make it another goddamn fucking episode.
It's funny because I feel like there is a point in that season finale where you could probably stop and then have another episode. I think what that comes down to is like the contract or production. It might be like, if you have an episode, like if you need to do 13 episodes, you have to pay everybody more. Whereas like if you only have 12, you can pay people a little bit less because like because they're contractually obligated to do X amount of episodes. Anything over would be more money. But I think what may have ended up happening was the creative team was like, look if we're gonna get the story we want out of this, and like this is the amount of time or like these are the amount of episodes that we're given, we're gonna have to go over the standard 45-minute to 60-minute time slot.
Right.
Like there's no way. I mean, yeah, they probably could have done this season in like 15 to 20 episodes without a doubt.
Yeah.
But I think that would have turned a lot of people off. And I think that would have been more costly for Netflix, a company that's already losing subscribers, that's already cutting shows, that's already laying off employees. Um, so it's, the most cost efficient way to also get the most bang for their buck. Um, I didn't mind it. I don't think Christy minded it because like when the last two episodes dropped, like it was 4th of July weekend, and like we weren't really doing much anyway. So
Right.
I think that was our Friday night. Like we just knocked those out right out of the gate. We're like, fuck yeah.
Well, I think me and the missus are planning on making that a weekend thing. Just kind of
Highly
chilling back.
recommend. Since you haven't watched it, I won't give my full thoughts and opinions, and I have some.
Okay. Okay.
I will just say overall, I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll come back on next
come
week
back to
and
that
we'll do a
next week.
full recap of the Stranger Things, or our feelings on it anyway.
Feelings
And
and things.
But you brought up Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
Has Comic-Con jumped the shark?
Yes.
I fully agree.
I think part of that is due to the fact that there are so many fucking conventions now. I
think the pandemic killed it.
Well, I don't know if you like actually right before we went live tonight. Let me actually see if I can find an official announcement. I think you're on point that the pandemic killed it. However, I do still see a lot of other conventions and expos thriving. Or at least, doing well. I think masks are still going to be mandatory at San Diego, which
okay,
listen, as somebody who just got over having COVID again, I understand the concern. However, I think you're going to have some issues with that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I am at a point where I'm like yay or nay on that. I think that it's kind of the situation of like we're at a point where I hope a lot of people are getting vaccinated. I hope people are getting boosters.
Hopefully.
I hope people are taking precautions and not like, oh fuck, it's positive. Well, I want to go buy a comic book today. I fucking hope. And like you still get a lot of people who wear masks. Like we still bring masks out when we go out places, and if it's looking a little overcrowded, we'll pop it on. Or if we're going into a specific location, we'll pop it on. I mean, I'm never not gonna wear one when I travel.
I mean, that's insane.
I mean,
and it's insane not to.
Yeah. And I say that as somebody who just got it from traveling, but it was a completely different situation with you catching it.
Well, at least you didn't give it to anyone on that fucking plane because you wore your mask.
I wore my fucking mask.
There you go. You considerate bastard.
I think that there's going to be some contention there. I don't know if I found. Let's see if I can actually find like a note or something about it. Like, I don't see a lot of outrage, so I'm actually. Oh.
I mean, it's California.
It's California. Like, you know what you're getting into when you go out there.
You know what you're getting into, and
California.
I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously Florida, they never wore masks here, but the idea of having a mask optional, like if you're uncomfortable, wear one.
Yeah.
If you're not, then don't.
Just don't be a fucking dickhead about it. Okay, so I've got it from Variety. Comic-Con exec explains mask mandate, COVID tests, and vaccinations. We are erring on the side of caution. Okay.
Sure.
The main thing we discussed with everybody is that we were going to continue the mask mandates. We had the initial Comic-Con special edition, which was our smaller show that we had in November in San Diego. We had that at WonderCon, which was our sister show in Anaheim. And we just decided early on to continue that, even though there were a lot of entities that were not doing mask mandates. In fact, I did an interview where an outlet But they didn't understand why we were doing it. And honestly, at the time, we wanted to try to be safe as we could, taking precautions that we felt were necessary. So it kind of
Okay.
reads to me as the higher ups for Comic-Con just being like, look at, this is the way we've done it recently. It was what it was. We still had a decent turnout. We're going to keep it as is.
Right.
Who knows? Maybe this will lighten up the crowd, which might provide other opportunities for other expos and conventions, and maybe give a better experience to some people. Because, fuck,
That's true.
Those conventions get fucking crowded, man. Like,
Right.
it's ebbles to asses out there sometimes, and like that's kind of that's also kind of part of the reason why I'm not like, early on I was very eager to go to like a San Diego Comic-Con, but like as time went on and just like seeing the crowds even before the pandemic, I was just like, fuck, like that's a lot of people to deal with.
Not only that, but like it's so big, it's impossible to do
Right.
everything that you want to do. It's
Everything
impossible.
that you want to do, and also there's no way like travel maybe, but there's no way you're going to a major convention like that and not catching something.
Right.
Like always. But I think now, and like I think you bring up a great point with like Comic-Con kind of jumping the shark, because we're at a point where Disney has their own convention. Every major studio does their own thing.
It's the same thing as the Netflix problem. It's the same thing.
Every media entity has their own streaming service. Every coast, every major city, every major brands and promotions now have their own conventions. Fenton says New York City Comic-Con was pretty crazy, and that was in 2014. They've grown so much even since then. Oh, damn, you went in 2014? When did we go? I'm trying to think of when I went. Christy, when did we go to Comic-Con? I think we went
2014.
I think we went 2015, 2016 or 17. Somewhere in there.
I mean, that's true. We didn't get COVID at a major festival.
Well,
but
yeah,
it was outside.
It was outside, so air and stuff. But
yeah,
I think where we're at now, 10 years ago, I would have said Comic-Con is the thing to start going to.
Yes.
Well, actually, 20 years ago. No, when like 15 years ago. Like,
how old are we?
I don't know anymore, man. Like late 2000s. So like 2007 to 2010. Oh yeah, she went in 2014. We went in 2015. Yeah, because Christy had gone. Christy had gone once before me, and then we went twice. But I think between like 2007, 2010, 11, 12, right in there, I would have said Comic-Con is the thing to go to, especially because you had the early days of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You had DC coming out with a lot of stuff. You had a lot of awesome comic book lines like coming out. Don't forget, folks, it's a comic book convention. You had a lot more media starting to participate, so you would have gotten a lot of those early deals. I would say now, like over the last couple of years, maybe not that important to go to anymore, because again, you have conventions all over the country. You have conventions that are specific to different interests and hobby groups. There's anime conventions,
to the things you like,
video game conventions. There's actual like physical media comic book collections and or conventions and toy conventions. So they're all over. I mean, I think just last week or this past weekend, we had a convention in Austin that I didn't even know about. And then the weekend before that, there was an expo that I didn't even know about. So they're happening almost at all times. You just got to seek them out. Some are better than others, but they're all still pretty fun.
That's right.
Like, I don't think it's necessary, and I don't think you're going to be getting a lot of major reveals at these events anymore.
No, not anymore.
Like,
not anymore.
I mean, and like, I don't know. It's just kind of go if you want to go, but like, I don't think it's like a big thing. Wait, the Comic-Cons are about comics. He meant wrestlers there. Yeah, I mean, there's that too.
Sure. How was Sting?
How was Sting?
Did he wear sunglasses?
Hope he did. I hope he wore a mask
I mean,
over
like,
his face
I mean,
paint.
I'm sure he does a thing like, hey, it's like 1,500 with glasses, 250 if you want me to put the paint on. 10 grand if you want retro Sting paint.
If you're a collector, San Diego Comic-Con is still the place to be.
There's still exclusives.
There are still exclusive. I mean, I guess that is a good point. There are still a lot of exclusives. As somebody who is, little by little, kind of,
It was weaning.
I'm weaning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm weaning my stuff
Off that neck of teat.
Oh, brother. Holy shit. I'm ready to fucking bail on the whole line. I'm ready.
Shit.
I'm ready to just quit cold turkey.
Did you get your box?
Yeah, my box came in. I'm still waiting on the other two though. I don't know when those are coming in. I don't think I'm ever gonna get those though. Sting was awesome. No, we met him in full makeup. It was in New Jersey at a wrestling convention. There's a lot of those too. There's wrestling conventions now too.
Well, the man called Sting.
The man called Stang, baby. Yeah. Oh shit, we are over time, but I don't care.
Yes, we are. We gotta get out of here.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here. Thor: Love and Thunder. Went and saw it. It was a great movie. Go check it out. That's all I gotta say about that for now.
Is that streaming?
It's not streaming. It just dropped in theaters. It'll be streaming probably in a couple of months.
I'll wait for that.
This is what I'll say about Thor: Love and Thunder. If you enjoy having a good time at the movies, go see this movie.
Is it as good as the Ragnarok?
I thought Ragnarok was better.
Okay.
But I still say, if you enjoy having a good time at the movies, it's worth the trip.
Okay.
Yep.
There you go. Has Marvel jumped the shark?
No.
Really? You don't think so?
I don't think so, man. I think
so.
You can make an argument.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can make an argument that they have. And I could probably be persuaded. But I feel the way they're doing things, it's how they have built and evolved this universe. It is now its own machine. It's its own network. It's really not the Fonz, water skiing over a shark pit anymore. It's
okay.
It's a whole different beast, and it's only going to jump the shark once the money stops coming in.
I mean, brother, that's the bar for everything.
As long as they are making money, they're going to keep going. And they have deep pockets. They have deep barrels just filled to the brim with content that they can just go in and scoop. Oh, what are we going to do today? We're this character that nobody fucking cares about or knows about. Well, let's make them an A-lister now. What's this fucking storyline? Like people don't really remember that. Okay, cool. Oh, here's the thing that everybody loved from the 80s. Let's finally do that shit. Even when it starts to look a little dark on their end, they're gonna pull something out of their ass. They just did it with Ms. Marvel. So Ms. Marvel overall was like a solid show. Really enjoyed it.
Okay.
Really enjoyed it. Was definitely surprised at how much I appreciated it, because I was just like, okay, because there's so much shit coming out now. I'm just like, it's another show. Very enjoyable though. They give you that little taste right at the end, where they kind of introduce something, and it's like, fuck, here we go, it's coming.
Oh man,
get ready. So
is that the end of Miss Marvel or the end of Thor?
The end of Ms. Marvel. And then even with Thor, even with the thing they do at the end of Thor, I'm like, they're going somewhere. Like all the
man.
pieces that people are like, what are they doing for Phase 4? Like it's all coming together now, and it's gonna be kind of cool, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, that's all I have.
That is all I have as well.
I'm drained emotionally.
I need a nap.
Physically.
I mean, it's 11. I should probably go to bed.
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna go take a NyQuil and just snuggle myself.
The NyQuil sleeps are fantastic.
They've been hitting hard. I've been struggling during the day.
Oh no, that's no. Here, you're not doing it right. We're gonna end on this.
Okay.
When you take NyQuil,
yeah,
you need to take the next day off.
Oh,
because
sure.
The next day is just you trying to wake up.
That's been my
to
last,
eventually fall.
week and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So take it easy.
Okay, I'm taking a nice. I actually do gotta get up early in the morning for work, so I'm probably just gonna this might be a no sleeper night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, there are things you can do to help you fall asleep rather easily that are natural.
No.
And no,
not this guy.
Oh, okay.
I lay there and I'm just like, fuck.
See, the wife is like, why did I say to that girl in the 3rd grade? Like, that's where her mind goes.
I just forget that I'm supposed to be sleeping. I just lay there and I'm like, I know I should be doing something. Oh yeah, that's sleeping. And then
you can follow us on all social media at Brainwreck Show.
At Brainwreck TV, rather.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're a different show.
Twitter at Brainwreck TV. Subscribe to this channel. We have a weekly show that we call Brainwreck Live that you're watching right now that we do each and every Wednesday night. We have another show that we do each and every Thursday night called Don't Be an Asshole. It's the internet's favorite game show. We read Am I the Asshole stories from Reddit. We judge them, and then we look to crown ourselves a new royal asshole each and every single week. We're going to have a little bit of a format change tomorrow. Mostly just the look and the feel, some new bells and whistles. So be sure to check that out. Video game date night. We got more of that coming here soon. Board game date night. Potentially more of that coming soon.
Oh, yeah. I got to talk to you about that.
Okay.
Too.
I'll be streaming on and off when I get a chance because I got a lot of games I want to play, and I'm bored sometimes, so I just want to like talk to you guys while I play games. And a whole bunch of stuff in the archives. Be sure to go check it out. This channel is free to watch. Hours of content, hours of fun. Tell everybody you know. Hit that subscribe button. I promise you, you'll like what we got when you get here.
That's right. We're going to fill you up with something you need.
Yep, absolutely.
So for this week, I've been Jason X.
I'm Kevin Graham.
And this has been your show.
Peace.